sitting in a Fortune 500 company, pulling the same salary or pulling a salary, getting a 1 to 3% increase year over year that doesn't even align with inflation. Yeah, you can go that route. It's not going to generate any sort of true wealth where you can give back and contribute back to your community. So I really do think that the entrepreneurial route has created a lot of potential. Sure. My name is RyanHeafy. I am the COO of 6 a.m. City, a hyper-local media company in Greenville, South Carolina in the United States. We deliver a daily email product at 6 o'clock every morning that tells our readers what's going on in their community. We are designed to educate and activate our audiences. We're politically unbiased and really excited about changing and reshaping the future of local media. And I spent some time in the nonprofit space around workforce development, and then moved into tech startups and was trying my hand unsuccessfully at several different things before coming across my business partner today, Ryan Johnston, who has worked with me to build a media company. So I've taken the fun journey from Fortune 500 through small business and nonprofit space to now being an entrepreneur. It's been quite the journey, and I'm pretty excited. I grew up in Connecticut, just outside of New York City. I was that stereotypical story with the cutting people's grass and having the lemonade stand. And I started a radio show in the garage when I was in elementary school. I mean, I had all kinds of crazy little things that were setting me up to learn sales, to learn how to build credibility, to understand revenue models. And so through my high school years and going into college, I pursued a mechanical engineering degree. It seemed like an opportunity for me to really experience a lot of different skill set and areas, and set me up to go into work at any field. But the challenge that I had is it wasn't really what I wanted to do. In college, I was a C- student. So I graduated college. I went and got a full-time job, worked for a Fortune 500 company, and realized that it really wasn't an enjoyable time. In the Fortune 500 world, it's a great opportunity to learn and to take advantage of the resources they make available to you. But when you can't really implement change and true continuous improvement in a business because you're constrained by the political nature of how things work at that level, it's frustrating. After successfully working on some really awesome projects and building connections, I stepped into the small business arena. I was running a small aerospace manufacturing company. When we exited that company in 2014, I was very passionate about workforce development and moved into taking my hand at nonprofit space. Built a very large nonprofit to help support STEM or STEAM education in our region. I got together with my business partner today, who was innovating his company, Community Journals Publishing. It's a legacy print media company, and trying to figure out how to get into the digital space. We took my operational skill set and his vision and experience in the print media space, and we recognized an opportunity on the local level to connect with our community more effectively, and it's taken off. Right now, a lot of media is rooted in traditional norms, and we really started thinking about how could we build something that would scale. I came on board and joined their team, and in 4 months, we built our first digital product, took it to market. We had pre-sold $500,000 in advertising revenue before we even launched, and we knew we had something. Our audience grew extremely fast, all word of mouth, no marketing dollars behind it at all. And we now have expanded to 7. We're about to be in 10 cities across the Southeast with 500,000 subscribers. So it's been quite the journey. A lot of times people stay in the grind of these traditional paths that we're expected to follow. Go to the 4-year degree program, go get a full-time job. You never truly understand what compensation you can make until you start to step out and try and test other things. We have truly redefined the way content is packaged and delivered on a local level. We started under a traditional media company, saw the opportunity to deliver content packaged, narrated, the way that the consumer wants to receive it on a regular cadence at 6 o'clock every morning, conversational in tone, in a manner that was politically unbiased, highly engaging, created that repetitive behavior where people were coming back every single day. And we lead as a newsletter. It has been an absolutely unique opportunity to educate and activate our readership and our communities. We've been driving significant economic impact on a local level. So it's really been interesting to see the product market fit, where we've come in and filled a void that's kind of been left by traditional media. And we're excited about the future. I think one of the most interesting things today that all businesses are recognizing is that community engagement is probably one of the most important things to building a successful business. We get thousands of responses and feedback educating us on what our readership cares about, what our consumers want to hear, what they're looking to know about in the community. We just went through a big product facelift just over the past week, listening to our readers so that they can better experience our product going forward. If you're not listening to the community and not involving with the community is going to force your evolution or your demise at some point in time if you can't keep up with what they're looking for. So I really do believe that paying attention to the community and creating ways for them to participate with your brand is most important. We serve several different markets. The demographic makeup of our markets is wildly different. Making sure that our brand is representative of the markets that we serve has been extremely important. And listening to what those different markets say helps shape the content in one city versus another. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, I followed passion over opportunity and product market fit. And I chased a lot of ideas that I think I was more excited about personally than they were realistically profitable. So unless there's some alignment between opportunity and the ability to generate revenue to support that opportunity, you are not going to have a successful model. So I think really stepping back from the passion and finding opportunities and identifying product market fit for that opportunity was really a much better way to move forward. And finding that alignment has been really rewarding. Making money is extremely important. If you pay attention and learn that early, and don't just chase a dream, and you can tie all the pieces together and show investors that you've got a true working formula, everything gets a lot easier. Entrepreneur to me is freedom in a lot of ways. It's more challenging in a lot of ways as well. You control your own destiny. You eat what you kill. So if you are not out there hustling and figuring out a solution for whatever problem you're trying to solve and delivering that solution and monetizing that solution, it's hard. It's a very hard road, but it comes with this immense level of freedom to do what you want. That's a lot different than sitting in a Fortune 500 company, pulling the same salary or pulling a salary, getting a 1% to 3% increase year over year that doesn't even align with inflation. Yeah, you can go that route It's not going to generate any sort of true wealth where you can give back and contribute back to your community. So I really do think that the entrepreneurial route has created a lot of potential. It is creating wealth. It's creating the opportunity to give back and support the community in a way that makes me feel good as a person. And it's just really been a fun ride. When it comes to fears, specifically in the technology space, one of the things that's most worrisome is policy change. While creating businesses in the tech space is great, the next innovation is always coming, and the next policy change is always coming and chasing you. So data and security has been really interesting. How do smaller businesses handle and digest policy changes that happen on a national level, while Apple and Google and Amazon, may be able to handle those challenges or those changes. Smaller businesses that are in this innovative entrepreneurial startup space can't necessarily digest the policy changes. So I'm always concerned about that, and then also concerned about what's the next innovation. How fast is AI moving forward? What's that going to look like as it affects content for us specifically? It's scary, but I think as long as your business is positioned to adapt effectively to those things, you can be better positioned to take advantage of it as an opportunity versus get hurt by it. I think hitting the first $1 million in revenue was probably one of the most exciting things in the business that we have today. Knowing that we have traction, hitting the first 100,000 subscribers, the 200,000 subscribers, there are things that you can celebrate with your team and your peers. And it helps to kind of level set expectation. I don't need to go win the lottery to be happy. I think it's more important to just really look at the wins as, each additional milestone, setting truly like smart goals and measurable milestones that we can achieve. And every time we hit one of those, we celebrate. Entrepreneurial is probably the best thing that I think any startup or entrepreneurial business or even larger corporation should be using right now. This is I'm sure they'll love this plug, but Entrepreneurial really has taken all of our business processes. So being the engineer that I am, and taking all of our business processes, putting them together in a tech platform that allows me to onboard my staff in just a few days. They actually go through and learn everything about how we bake the cake and build our business. And then let them run through over 2 weeks, get fully up to speed, that they're actually operating at the same level within 2 weeks as our staff that have been there for 2 years. So it's really been quite rewarding. And I would definitely say process is the most important thing and most important hack. I have engaged in business relationships in the past where the relationship with the other individual wasn't as strong as it should have been right out the gate. And you end up spending a lot of time trying to nurture a business opportunity. But if you don't have faith and trust in your partner, it's never going to end well. So I would say making sure that you establish trust and you really truly believe in the people that you work with is probably the most important thing. I think this would be a Reid Hoffman quote. If you aren't embarrassed by the first version of your product, then you started too late. I can tell you that we certainly put our product out there. It was not as refined as we would have liked. We were always frustrated with how it looked. But when you threw it out there and the market started to provide you feedback, you start to evolve quicker to what the market actually wants to see. I really believe that getting your product out as early as you possibly can, once that MVP is ready to roll, push it out to the consumers, test it, learn, evolve, and it will always grow. If you looked at what Facebook looked like on the first day it came out to what it looks like today, it's a dramatically different beast. But you have to try, you have to put your product out there, but you have to learn to fail fast. When your product is not right and it is not picking up momentum and you are not generating revenue, if it is not the right thing, you need to be able to self-evaluate and recognize that you need to pivot. You're either pivoting what you have or you're clearing the table and starting something new. Throw stuff out there, throw it against the wall, see what sticks, but don't waste too much time on that front end building something that's not going to work. Self-evaluate and move on. So I think designing and the grind is extremely important. If you haven't built a product that is designed well for the market and based off of listening to your market, you're going to have a hard time getting good product market fit. And market adoption. One of the most important things and one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time is, who's your graphic designer? How did you guys put this together? It looks so good. That has been one of the most important things, I think, for market adoption, was spending additional money, effort, and resources on the front end to build a product that was visually appealing, had great user experience, and was really positioned well for the market. Thank you, viewers, for watching Founder X series by Designhill. If you liked what you heard today, please follow us at 6am City on all social media platforms and at 6amcity.com. That's 6, the letters AMCITY.com. Thanks and have a great day.